So I take this. Thank you, Susan, for recording this session. I now ask a volunteer among us to lead us in a brief word of prayer. And looking at the screen, I'm going to request just at random, anyone who is ready for now?
We can do so if anyone has not presented himself up to now.
Sorry, say that again.
I say we can do so. We can make a prayer. We can give the opening
please
prayer.
Please do.
Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment that you have granted us to be alive and for this gathering. We submit everything into your hand. We submit the trainers. We submit the participants. And we pray that everything may go according to your will. As you say in your word, when 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, you are with them. We do believe, oh Father, no matter where we are now, you are with us. And we commit the line, we commit the speech, we commit each and every one and all that we are going to do into your hand. May your Holy Spirit lead us and let the trainers be filled by your Spirit to submit what they have and for us to receive. May all the glory and the honor be given unto you in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I quickly go to the welcoming remarks and start by saying good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you all to today's Inception meeting for the Ethical Leadership for an Inclusive Future project. We are delighted to have you join us and to see the enthusiasm that is with you, to also see that much interest that you have shown and the commitment to ethical leadership from all of you. This meeting marks an important starting point for our journey together. It provides an opportunity for you to learn more about the project, its objectives, and the values it seeks to deliver. It is also an opportunity for each and every one of us here present to meet with the trainers, who include the senior trainers who developed the curriculum, the master trainers who have gone through the training and will be interacting with us, guiding us through the process, as well as meeting each and everyone here, since we will be part of this shared learning experience. We encourage you to actively engage throughout this session, and please feel free to ask questions, to seek clarification, and share your thoughts. Your participation will be key in ensuring that the project is meaningful, impactful, and beneficial to all who are involved. As we begin, we hope that today sets a positive tone for the work that is ahead, and it helps us establish a collaborative and supportive environment for each and every one of us. Once again, welcome all of you, and we look forward to a productive and enriching engagement. Thank you very much for listening to me. So at this juncture, I can see my colleague Daniela has also joined us. I would ask her to also come in and say a little welcome word. before we proceed to the introduction of the project. Welcome, Daniela.
Merci beaucoup Herbert pour ton message merveilleux. Laissez-moi présenter, je suis Daniela Martini, responsable de l'apprentissage à Globetics et je voulais seulement vous donner le bienvenue. C'est un véritable plaisir et un honneur de vous accueillir aujourd'hui au lancement de ce parcours d'information dans le cadre du programme ELIF. Et laissez-moi dire que vous représentez des communautés, des organisations, des voix qui comptent vraiment. Chaque jour, dans des contextes respectifs, vous portez des responsabilités très importantes où les décisions sont jamais simples. Et pourtant, vous êtes là, engagé, déterminé, prêt à la prendre. Mais ces parcours, je pense que c'est pas seulement une formation, c'est vraiment une opportunité. Une opportunité pour réfléchir à votre leadership, pour renforcer votre capacité, mais aussi et surtout de créer des liens entre vous, car vous n'êtes pas seul. Autour de vous, il y a... Oui. Laissez-moi seulement terminer. Autour de vous, il y a des leaders qui font face à des défis similaires, qui cherchent à agir avec responsabilité et impact. Et donc, nous vous encourageons à être ouverts, à partager, à oser, à poser des questions, à apprendre l'un des autres et créer des liens. Donc, c'est dans cet esprit de collaboration et de confiance qui je pense, naissent les transformations les plus profondes. Et nous espérons que ce programme vous apportera pas seulement des outils concrets, mais aussi une nouvelle énergie, une nouvelle perspective et de belles connexions durables. Merci.
Thank you very much, Daniela, for those wonderful words of welcome and also encouragement to all our participants. I now take this opportunity to move straight away to the introduction of the project, and I will be sharing my screen. Kindly let me know if you can be able to see my screen with a thumbs up or something like that. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can see the screen.
Great.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, we can see.
So my presentation today is, sorry, I need to have this. Just a moment.
Incoming call from Uncle Francis Anyola identified by Truecaller.
Yes, are you there now?
Yes, sir.
You can see.
Voyons.
Okay,
Yes, you
fine.
can
Thank
see.
you. So my presentation is on ethical leadership for an inclusive future project, which is running from last year to end of this year. And I'm going to take a moment to share with you briefly what this project is about. This project is stemming from another project that Globethics and AACC have been running for the past 10 years. And this project that Globethics has been running in the past 10 years is known as the African Church Assets Program, abbreviated as ACAP. It was initiated in 2013 at the AACC General Assembly in Kampala, Uganda. And its objective was to map and manage church assets for sustainability because of the realization that the work of mission that the churches are doing needs to continue and resources are required. Before, the churches got donations from abroad, and those resources are now diminishing. So this project was meant to, help the churches, first of all, to map what they have and manage it well so that they are able to continue with this work. And this project was also, like the current one, supported by Bread for the World. So Globethics and AACC were the implementers of this particular project. It has gone through 5 phases. From 2015, the first phase looked at asset mapping and management training, where churches were, those who were present were taught on how to map their assets, manage them more effectively. And phase 2 was a moment to follow up on the learnings that those who had taken part in phase 1 had been able to achieve. So they came to showcase what they had been able to achieve, and also it was a moment for more capacity building. In the third phase, the focus then shifted to ethical investment, which led to the development of what Globethics described as the LEGS framework. And the LEGS framework, just like the 2 feet that we use to walk, L for leadership, E for ethics, G for governance, and S for sustainability. So that framework is the one that the churches were exposed to assist them in investing ethically. The fourth phase then focused on development of local policies on ethical investment, and 2 countries were identified as pilot countries and case studies for this particular assignment. So the countries were Kenya and Ethiopia, where we started with in-country studies, which then gave rise to the development of national guidelines on ethical investment, generic policies that could be or that can be adopted by any organization in any country, even beyond these 2 countries. The 5th phase was a moment to disseminate those guidelines, but also share the learnings from each other across countries, across organizations, for purposes of enriching one another. And the final culmination was the development of an ethical investment manual that would then guide any institution or organization, both church and civil society, to continue with ethical investment. The outcomes of this project were, one, that there was the development of the management systems among those that took part in the learnings. So there was legal registration of church properties for those who had not been able to register until that time. So the other outcome that was critical was the adoption of the national guidelines that were developed in both Kenya and Ethiopia. But also, more importantly, that those organizations that took part in this initiative continued to learn from one another within the country and across the borders. In 2023, AACC General Assembly in Abuja adopted also resolutions to focus on ethical leadership, which was one of the key focus areas of AACC in their new strategy 2024-2028, as well as global ethics strategy at the time 2023-2027. I shared with you already about the manual, and I have in this slide the links to some of the documents, including the manual for ethical leadership. It is in both English and French, and you don't have to struggle with these links right now because we will be sharing with you these slides so that you can be able to access several of these documents. The first link there will lead you to several other documents, the reports of these various sessions and other documents related to the ACAP project. So from there, the Ethical Leadership for an Inclusive Future project, known as ELIF, now was born, and its main objective was to promote ethical leadership for an inclusive future. And the target was, again, churches, church-related organizations, and civil society organizations. The focus areas under the strategy of AACC were theological and interfaith relations, which included ethical leadership development, gender and women empowerment, youth participation, ecological and economic justice, health, peace, and advocacy. The core problem that this project seeks to address is corruption. That is at the organizational level, but also at the societal level. Now we realize that churches are not insulated from societal corruption. Corruption has permeated everywhere in our society, and our churches, our civil societies are part and parcel of this society, and they are not insulated, and therefore they could easily fall prey, yet they are the ones who are considered as the voice of the voiceless, to speak against this vice on behalf of the population. So there is need for measures to enhance accountability among these organizations so that then they can speak with authority. From the statistical point of view, we point out that, at that time, in 2023, the Corruption Perception Index, as presented or reported by Transparency International, indicated that there is limited progress against corruption in the Sub-Saharan Africa, with negative impact on the vulnerable groups, which include children, women, and persons living with disability. Call to action here is that we strengthen accountability mechanisms within our organizations so that we can be able to speak out with authority. So the expectations versus the reality is that the churches, civil societies are seen as moral beacons in the society. They are the voice of the voiceless, but they also reflect the societal corruption that has permeated our society. What are the root causes of this corruption, and why does it continuously, linger within our society? Perhaps it is because of the dysfunctional systems which enable corruption to progress and to continue flourishing, especially in the areas of procurement, which has been identified as one of the weak links through which corruption happens in every society. But of course, it is important to also note that there is erosion of ethics and, of course, limited persons who could be considered as role models with people of integrity. So this project, as mentioned, brings on board women and children and youth. So why is it important to empower these two groups? One, we begin by, pointing out a quote from Desmond Tutu, who once said that if we are going to see real development in the world, then our best investment is in women, but also the youth, because these form a huge population in our society. The demographics show that 70% of African population or thereabout is under the age of 30. So Africa is a youthful, continent. So the goal is to form, therefore, responsible leaders for an inclusive future, which is aligned to the Agenda 2063 of African Union and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What is the role of the churches, church-related organizations, and civil society organizations? The expectation is that they are the conscience of society. They promote justice and accountability. As it is, written in the scriptures, Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, you are the salt of the earth. And we believe that, these organizations are indeed the voice of the voiceless. The challenge, however, as pointed out earlier, is that maintaining credibility and accountability is really a hurdle that needs to be passed. The urgency for ethical reorientation, therefore, is that we need to focus on areas such as systemic changes to combat corruption, changing mindsets for ethical leadership, and also practical accountability skills given to those who go through this course, so that they become role models in the society. And of course, for the youth, we are looking at it as a way of, mentoring them. So intergenerational dialogue is important, mentorship and coaching of the young people so that they grow to become responsible adults and people of integrity. This project has two main objectives. One is internal changes that we expect, and the other is an external change or external changes that are anticipated. So the internal changes include that CCROs and CSOs take action to advance accountable, inclusive, and sustainable transformation for an inclusive future for their organizations. But also external in the sense that these organizations jointly promote and advocate for a culture of good governance, ethical leadership in their communities, but also in the society that they serve. So each of these objectives, we have a number of indicators that would measure, the change. And for internal changes, we have one of the indicators as the organizations establish anti-corruption policies. So those of us who are taking part in this training, we are not here to do an academic exercise, but we intend that through the trainings that we go through in this project, we manage to change our society for the better. And we start by our own organizations by establishing the anti-corruption policies. But also, that we implement youth and women quotas in leadership, because some of our organizations probably have not considered, inclusion of women and the youth in decision making. It is a good practice so that, there is continuity going forward. For external changes, we anticipate to have at least 5 joint advocacy initiatives for good governance. And secondly, that we at least have 2 discussions on national policy changes against corruption within our countries. And thirdly, that at least in each country we have 1 media or 1 public figure, promoting the project outcomes so that they are disseminated widely and many people get to know about it. The theory of change for the project is a bottom-up approach where we are really interested in changing our local communities. How do we reach the local communities? We have identified the organizations, and we are happy that the organizations represented here, 30 of them, because this project is being implemented in 6 countries. In each country, we have identified 10 organizations, and we are happy that the 10 organizations per country are represented in this meeting for the 3 countries that we are calling Francophone countries. And since we are targeting the local community, so the organizations are our target. We train the participants from these organizations so that these participants from these organizations can now begin changing the community where they serve. And this project is following a cascade model where we have identified already 4 senior trainers, and in our midst, we have 1 that already joined this meeting. So 2 of them were responsible for training and are responsible for coaching and mentoring the Francophone team, and 2 are responsible for training and coaching and mentoring the Anglophone team. So here today, we are joined by 1 of them who will be introduced to us shortly. And these 4 eminent personalities, experts in their areas, have developed the curriculum and the materials, and they have gone ahead to train 30 master trainers, 5 from each of the countries. So we have in the Francophone countries, 15 of them who have been trained. That is in Cameroon, in DRC Congo, and in Togo. These 15 will then proceed to train the participants who have been selected from the organizations. And each organization has, nominated 3, 4, some of them have nominated up to 5, 6 participants already that are going to take part in this training. And we are hoping that then this training does not stop at the theory, but goes to practice and change the societies. So as I mentioned earlier, 6 countries are part and parcel of this project: Ghana, Togo, Cameroon, Nigeria, DRC Congo, and Zambia. And yesterday we had a meeting with the Anglophone team, the 3 countries, and today we are meeting the other 3 countries of the project. The project period is from March last year to December of this year. And we are now at the level where we are now working with the organizations, and we hope that going forward, we are going to accomplish the targets of this project before the year closes. The activities that are coming ahead of us and the expectations of the project include that as early as next week, since we have now met and done this Inception meeting, next week we start with a baseline survey. So we are going to share data collection instruments that will be seeking you to provide us with data about your organizations so that we are able to gauge and know where we are at, so that again the training proceeds from that point, and then later on we will also measure to see what changes then we have been able to accomplish, so that we are not doing it as a PR exercise, as a theoretical exercise, but practical exercise that requires implementation even from our own individual organizations. So we also expect that all those who have been nominated from the organizations participate in the training. It will only be meaningful if you participate in the training, learn from others, learn from your trainers, and also, share your experiences from your local settings so that everyone else benefits from what you know, because we are all experts and no one is dictating on the other. Implementation of the learnings, therefore, from these trainings, we are hoping that, first of all, it will cause change or changes amongst our organizations so that we can now go out authoritatively and with confidence to meet the challenges of the society and combat the real problem that we are anticipating to solve. The organizations, we will then also be expected to organize together with the trainers and the steering committee at Globethics and AACC to organize and participate in national advocacy events, which we are anticipating that should happen between mid-June and mid of July this year, so that we are able to pass this message not only to those of us who have taken part in this training, but also those who are not selected to take part in this training and other organizations out there, including the government sector. Then, of course, we will have towards the end an organization and participation of all of us in the Continental Forum, where we bring together all the learnings that we have had from our own local settings, but also, most importantly, from the national advocacy events that we organize in our countries. Then, of course, at the end, we will do a final project evaluation that will enable us to see whatever changes that have taken place within our organizations and society. Thank you very much for listening to me. And now I return the microphone to my colleague Susan to lead us in the next item.
Okay, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Herbert, and thank you everyone again for being in this session. We have heard from Herbert, but then before we go ahead, would like to go through a round of introductions. As African as we are, we do not go into anybody's household without first giving a knock and saying, oh, this is who I am and why I'm here, and receiving a cup of water in that case. So virtually, we want to do that. We want to recognize, first of all, the senior trainers who have accompanied the steering committee in preparing this training and in providing all the expertise for this project, and will be accompanying you along the way, particularly when it comes to the national advocacy event. To begin with, let me quickly share my screen. Un moment. Pardon. Okay, oui. All right. Please just indicate by a wave or a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Oui? Merci. All right. Okay. So to begin, like I said, I'd like to introduce to you the senior trainers. In this project, we have 4 senior trainers, 2 of which are accompanying the Francophone speaking countries, and 2 of which are accompanying the Anglophone, the English speaking countries. We have, first of all, Professor Jacob Savosi, the Executive Director of NEGOCOM, an international consultant. Unfortunately, I don't see Jacob here, but Jacob is an expert in governance and institutional development with over 30 years of experience in strategic planning, participatory leadership, and ethical investing for sustainability. So he has been accompanying our master trainers in the content for the training in this project. And then we have here as well, Monsieur Kamel Ayadi. Monsieur Kamel is a global expert in governance and anti-corruption. He has over 4 decades of leadership experience, including a service as Tunisia's Minister of Governance and Anti-Corruption. As you can see, he wears many hats. He is the advisor to the Chandler Institute of Governance. He serves on the board of directors of the World Justice Project. He's also the regional consul for the Global Essex MENA region. And he's here with us. We will give him a moment to say a few words, but Monsieur Kamel, you are warmly welcome. On the other hand, like I mentioned, we also have Maggie Content. She is an international coach and ethics trainer. She works with the Godfrey Okoye University in Nigeria and also the CEO of Content Consulting in Germany. And then finally, we have Professor William Ogara from Kenya. He is a leadership and governance expert and executive director of Clear Africa, and he's a lead facilitator with the Center for Corporate Governance as well. Following these experts that we have, we also have our master trainers. We do not have all of them here. A few of them gave us apologies as to their absence, but I hope we get a chance to hear just a few words, a hello from those who are present here. So for Cameroon, we have Reverend Elom Charles, we have Monsieur Martin Ngana, we have Monsieur Raphael Zilwa, then English part of Cameroon. Cameroon has a unique landscape. We have Monsieur Nelson Ngale and then Monsieur Eugene Ngale. And then for RDC, we have Monsieur Amel. Monsieur Amel, I see you here. Amel Mugisho, Monsieur David Kalima. We also have Monsieur Joseph Nkonga. Madame Mavinga Marie-José is here as well. Monsieur Jacques Nzazo is here. And then finally for Togo, we have Madame MFA Akpalu, Dr. Prosper Day, Monsieur Fabrice Ebe, Monsieur Nasiki Zukeleni, and then Reverend Lawson Godson as well. So these will be your master trainers who will be in touch with you going forward mainly and interacting with you and taking you through the training process around the curriculum that has been developed for the ELIF project. And these will be in between 8 to 9 sessions. They will give you the details and the schedule directly. You will get to have all this information and we'll work closely with you in the national advocacy events and every other reporting that has to go around this project. So let me now stop sharing my screen and give the floor to Monsieur Kamel Ayadi. If you could just give us a warm welcome and a few words. Monsieur Ayadi, your audience, please. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Susan. I will follow on Daniel's path and speak in French because I have been taking part in this program as a French trainer and I have contributed to train master trainers so that je suis très content de continuer donc ce voyage qui a bien commencé et qui continue bien avec vous. Et je suis tout à fait donc content de pouvoir assister les master trainers que nous avons eus pendant des semaines et qui ont reçu une formation consolidée et que je suis prêt toujours à continuer à les assister dans leur formation qu'ils vont dispenser très prochainement. Je peux assurer que vous avez la chance d'avoir des futurs formateurs de très bonne qualité. Je les ai eus pendant des semaines et nous avons même continué à discuter et à les assister au-delà de la partie formelle de ce programme-là. Et je continuerai donc à apporter ma petite contribution pour que ce programme donc se poursuit dans les meilleures conditions et continue à produire les résultats escomptés. J'ai noté deux choses essentielles dans ce programme qui ont été repérées dans l'intervention de Herbert. La première chose, c'est de influencer des transformations donc au niveau de la société et de mettre en œuvre et en place des programmes de lutte contre la corruption, des politiques de lutte contre la corruption au niveau sociétal, mais aussi au niveau organisationnel. Je pense qu'avec cela, donc, nous aurons beaucoup de chances d'atteindre les résultats escomptés. Merci beaucoup, Susan. Donc, je vous souhaite toute la réussite pour la poursuite de ce programme-là.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Ayadi. We are happy to have you here. I will give opportunity now to the couple of master trainers who are here with us to just say a few words, just a few words. And so let's begin with RDC. Monsieur Amel, let's do this. We go with Monsieur Amel. After that, Madame Mavinga, and then Monsieur Jacques Nzanzu will follow. So please go ahead, Monsieur Amel. Merci.
Yeah, thank you, Susan. So I don't know if I should express in English or in French.
Please feel free to speak French. We have interpretation at the back.
Voilà, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, Suzanne. Merci. Donc, c'est vraiment un grand plaisir, comme vous l'avez introduit et comme Kamel l'a dit, c'est fait un grand plaisir de faire partie de cette formation de Master Trainers. C'était une formation qui nous a appris beaucoup de choses et nous serons très, très heureux de faire la restitution de tout ce que nous avons appris aux organisations qui ont été sélectionnées en RDC. Moi et toute l'équipe, nous sommes en 5, nous sommes prêts à faire de cette formation et atteindre les objectifs de ELIF. Et je tiens à remercier déjà l'organisation, Herbert, Susan, et les formateurs seniors, Jacob qui est absent malheureusement. Il y a Kamel qui est là. Merci beaucoup Kamel pour la formation. Et je pense que lors des séances que nous aurons, nous allons faire de notre mieux pour faire la restitution fidèle de tout ce que nous avons reçu comme formation. Et ce sera un grand plaisir. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Okay. Excusez-moi, just a minute. I'm seeing a message that somebody cannot hear. I think it's just because of the French to English. In case you have your speaker in French, you can just go to your interpreter tab at the bottom menu of your screen and choose the language. So for instance, I have English, so I can hear everything in English, but you can choose French so that you can hear in French. So please just pick that. In case you're not hearing any of the speakers when they're speaking, you just change the language you want to hear in, and you can get it loud and clear. I hope this works for all of us. Thank you. Okay, Madame Mavinga, the floor is yours. Merci. Can we hear Madame Mavinga? No, can't hear you.
Oui.
Oui, but speak a little louder. Oui, oui.
Je disais, ça va mieux?
C'est bon, c'est bon, oui.
Je
Merci.
disais que je suis très ravie d'avoir suivi cette formation ensemble avec les collègues du Cameroun et du Togo, avec la facilitation de Monsieur Kamel et Jacob et Herbert et Suzanne. En tout cas, personnellement, j'ai eu de conflits. Allô?
Yes, continue.
Personnellement, j'ai eu de conflits en moi-même et ça m'a beaucoup édifié. Et je suis prête à jouer ce rôle parce que dans mon pays, le Congo, il y a beaucoup de défis en ce qui concerne la corruption. Et je pense que ensemble, comme l'a dit une des intervenantes, c'est pas seulement l'apprentissage que nous faisons, mais c'est des liens que nous tissons entre nous aussi. Et on peut travailler ensemble pour voir comment changer les choses dans notre continent. Et bienvenue aux nouveaux venus. Et nous sommes ensemble pour faire cette route ensemble. Merci.
Merci, Madame Avinga. OK. Monsieur Jacques?
Oui, merci. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour, Madame Suzanne. Bonjour à toute l'équipe de Global Ethics, Monsieur Herbert et à nos formateurs, Monsieur Kamel et professeur. Et ça a été vraiment un plaisir, n'est-ce pas, de prendre part à cette formation, comme viennent de dire les collègues. Et en fait, nous avons appris beaucoup de choses et on voudrait, n'est-ce pas, les partager avec les amis candidats à cette formation de formateurs. Et nous souhaiterions, n'est-ce pas, que tous les enseignements que nous avons reçus puissent, n'est-ce pas, produire un impact réel sur le plan à la fois individuel et au niveau même des organisations pour qu'un jour, ça puisse, n'est-ce pas, toucher notre société. Voilà, nous souhaitons vraiment être actifs aux côtés de nos amis RDC, de la RDC ainsi que d'autres collègues du Togo et du Cameroun. Mais nous allons rester vraiment connectés à nos formateurs pour apprendre davantage. Voilà, donc le transfert de compétences, je crois que c'est une bonne approche, une bonne stratégie pour, n'est-ce pas, communiquer les informations que nous avons reçues, tous les enseignements reçus à nos collègues des organisations qui ont été désignés quant à ce. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Monsieur Jacques. Oui, Dr. Prosper, tu es là? Okay. Maybe he's having a challenge with the sound. He is on the call. Okay. D'accord. Cameroun, Monsieur Ingale Nelson. Oui.
Thank you, Susan.
Merci.
Can you hear me?
Oui.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Good greetings to everyone. Of course, like you rightly said, Cameroon is bilingual, but I always prefer to speak with my first language, which is English. It's a pleasure to meet everyone. Greetings to you at the Globe Ethics Office. Greetings to the senior trainers, Monsieur Amel. Read quite a lot about him and all the other trainers who took us through the formation process. And also to my fellow trainers, master trainers in Togo, Cameroon, Congo, DR. It's a pleasure to meet you. And also most especially to the selected participants. We are looking forward to working together, especially at country level, Cameroon, where We know the complexity that faces our nation, Cameroon, and it's important for us to collaborate in a very, very hybrid way that we can ensure that there is a seamless, implementation of the project at the level of Cameroon. So thank you very much for meeting you all, and looking forward to a wonderful engagement.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, Monsieur Nelson Ngali. There are a few others on the call, but I see it appears we have a few challenges with their connection. I've received some notification from one or two persons. So I will wrap up the introductions here. I want to open the floor now for any questions or comments from any one of us. I see a hand up from Maki. Would you please switch on your camera and then come on live? And if you have a question, please go ahead and let's hear it. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. I'm Maungano Kihioka Maki from DRC, Uvira. I'm a member of the Baptist community in Central Africa, Sebeka. So it is my pleasure for me to take part of this training, and I'm very happy to be invited by my Reverend Pastor John, who invited me to take a place in this training. So let me say thank you so much for you and all the team to organize this training, because I'm a student. I'm testing an empowerment model to improve socio-economic household state in DR Congo. As my colleague says, in DR Congo, we have many challenges. For example, corruption and other many. And I mean, you have done a very good, very nice choice to choose the church, because church are the one who can help people, who can transform, who can change life. So thank you for that. And I mean, we will also contribute, we will also do something to help people, how to do a mentorship, to coach them, and before coaching by you. And we thank you so much, and I think we will do also something to help people and to help our own countries. Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Yeah, thank you so much. Those are important points you have raised. And in going through this training, you will have the opportunity to explore how to work around that. You will be equipped as organizations for organizational change that also leads to societal change. We shall be the agents of the change that we are looking for in our various communities. And there are a few other questions up. Please, let's address any concerns that arise based on Herbert's presentation. If you have any questions specifically to those presentations, then we can address them in this session. So I will go to, I see on my screen, Indy Abanda's iPhone. Can I quickly ask that in case your name is appearing as a device, you quickly just change it. You know, on the right corner of your thumbnail, you see some dots there. You can rename yourself so that we get to know who you are talking to. I don't want to call people iPhone this and iPhone that and things like that. Let's hear your wonderful names. All right, so I leave the floor now for Indy Abanda's iPhone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I hope I'm audible. And
very audible.
But my camera is okay. Let me show my face on this.
Super.
Thank you. This is Banda Alphonse. I work with the Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Services in Cameroon, of course. I'm happy with the approach that has been taken for the ELIF. The presentation from Herbert has been quite edifying. I remember we read the notes, but then we are happy to have this clarification. My quick question, since I'm on the highway, will be, I heard him present and say there are some organizations that have proposed more than four names, persons to be trained in the organization. So I'm asking whether it's allowed for organizations to propose more than the 4 that were requested for, in that case, so that we can do an update also to our list if need be. Thank you. I think that's a quick question for now.
Merci beaucoup. We'll take all the questions and then we have Herbert to just answer them. I think that should be okay, Herbert. All right. We also have Didier Rio. Am I correct? Oui. So let's see your face and then hear your voice as well. Merci beaucoup.
Parole. Je remercie les présentateurs, les différents présentateurs. Je salue tout le monde. Je suis Maître Didier.
Pardonnez-moi. We can't hear you very well. Could you speak louder or come closer to the microphone?
Oui, je disais ceci. Bonjour, est-ce que vous m'entendez?
Continuons, merci.
D'accord. J'étais en train de dire que je suis Maître Didier Bimoulé du Rio, réseau d'innovation organisationnelle. Nous sommes au niveau de Bukavu et de la RDC à l'est du pays. Et donc, nous nous réjouissons du fait que aujourd'hui, ce projet tient sa roue avec ce lancement parce que nous avions participé avant dans une réunion en ligne et parfois on se disait, ben, la corruption comme problème principal, c'est une question. Est-ce que vous m'entendez, s'il vous plaît? C'est une question qui est un fléau dans les différents... Allô?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear very clearly, but I don't know. Okay, if we have a challenge, you can type the question in the chat. If anybody has a question, it can be typed in the chat. We'll read it out and we'll address them as well. Yeah, merci, Monsieur Didier. We will pick your question and address it. You can type in the chat as well. I see Professor William. Okay.
Yes,
please mute yourself if you are not speaking. We are having some feedback.
Yeah, no, I'm
not you, I think any other person.
Thank you very much for this initiative. I am Professor William Herman Are from the Protestant University of Central Africa. Based on the master's trainers that we've seen, we have 5 from Cameroon. And like you rightly said, Cameroon is bilingual. We have the English-speaking part and the French-speaking part. I just wanted to be sure, is it that the 5 trainers are going to train us at the Protestant University, or since the Protestant University is found in the French-speaking part, only the French-speaking trainers will work with us, or everyone will work with us? I just want to know, because there are 5 of them. Who are we working with at the Protestant University of Central Africa? I've seen one of our professors there, Professor Elom. Of course, he's going to work with us. Thank you so much.
Okay. Merci. And there is a question from, and now, once again, please rename yourself. There is a question from a user. I don't know who user is. Your hand is raised. User, would you come on camera and open your mic and ask your question? Okay.
I'm sorry if you still have user. Sorry. I thought I changed it. Okay. I think I might have changed on my phone and not on the
Please
laptop.
introduce yourself and then let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm Reverend Professor Mbengo David. I'm the General Secretary of the Council of Protestant Churches of Cameroon. I'm glad to be part of this project. The question I have is if we will have handouts. That's all. Thank you.
Merci. Is there any other question on the floor? And then I'll let Herbert go ahead to answer. Okay, Herbert, please go ahead and answer the questions that we have now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan, for coordinating this part of the session. And thank you very much, everyone, for the wonderful comments and also the wonderful questions that you have put forward. Allow me to start with the first question by Maki from DRC Congo. Largely, Maki, I got that you just wanted to appreciate the fact that you have been selected, and many of you have been selected to be part of this, and you are appreciative of what this project is about, and that it is actually responding to the needs of the society. And you rightly pointed out that it is important that this project focuses on the churches because they work with the people in the grassroots. We are saying that indeed the churches and also the civil societies work with people in the grassroots. And if we are able to change these organizations and help and give these organizations the empowerment to go out there and meet the challenges among the communities that they work, then we are going to get better results. Moving on to Ndi, you are also happy about the presentation, and your quick question was that some of the organizations I said had given more than 4 names. Ideally, we asked each organization to give us 3 to 4 names. That is what we called for. And we pointed out that these participants who are to be proposed by each organization had specific roles or they had specific characteristics. One, we needed to have somebody in the top leadership or in the management, male or female. Then the second participant would be a male, the third participant a female, and a fourth participant a young person of under 35 years of age. So youth, we were capping the youthful age as up to 35 years of age. So some organizations have, said to us, we have a male, we have female, we have a top leader. Among the youth, we have both male and female. And some are feeling, let us have one male and female youth representing. So then they get to 5 or they get to 4 sometimes if initially they had thought about 3. We are capping at number 4 because we also are thinking about how the presentations would be. If we have so many people, we probably are not able to reach each and every person and engage interactively. So that number is what we are working with. But if there is an organization that has an explanation that we have, 2 young people here, 1 male, 1 female, it is we will agree and accept the number 5. Because some organizations have also given us 3. So if one organization gives us 5, another organization gives us 3, so we are still within the range of the number. So if that is a sufficient answer, then we can also talk, bilaterally and see how we can handle each case, differently as it comes. I didn't quite get the question of Didier. I'm sorry. If he managed to type it, I would be happy to respond to it. But I got at first he was saying that he's happy about the project and the project, the first Inception meeting that we had last year in April or in May thereabout. It has been a long time, because we also took a bit of time to also develop the curriculum and also the materials that are now ready for use. So we are now here, and we hope that we will get to the end in a seamless manner. Professor William pointed out that the unique nature of Cameroon, and this is what we have always pointed out in our presentations, that Cameroon, though we have classified this as Francophone, as one of the Francophone countries, because we chose 3 Anglophone, 3 Francophone. Cameroon was chosen as Francophone, but we are alive to the fact that it is a unique country with which is bilingual in nature. Now, your institution has Anglophone speaking people. It is also within the Francophone area of Cameroon, as you pointed out. We have 5 master trainers. 3 of them, fortunately, are from the Francophone, Anglophone, and 2 of them are fortunately also from the Anglophone, because these master trainers were selected competitively, and we did not know at that time whether this unique characteristic was going to be a real issue. But it so happened that by the grace of God, maybe, that we ended up with 2 Francophone, 2 Anglophone, and 3 Francophone members in the team. Now, we are going to request, maybe I request now, that each organization, which I have done already, and some of you have responded, that you tell us in which city your organization is located within the country. And then the master trainers are going to now work together to map those that are in the Anglophone to be facilitated by the Anglophone team, and those that are in the Francophone to be facilitated with the Francophone team. But we are also asking the 2 teams to work together in a situation where, this needs to be dealt with in an even more unique manner, that maybe we have Anglophone and Francophone working together, then that can also work within your country. So it all depends on you, and we can again bilaterally come together and see how best we can do this without leaving anybody behind. Then, of course, finally, Dr. Mbengu, you also asked about whether there will be handouts. The master trainers are actually going to customize the learnings that they have had into the local settings, and they will probably have some handouts if need be, or slides that they will be using that they could share with you. We are working with them that they also share with us on our SharePoint all the materials that they are using, including online sessions that you may plan and hold, that you have them recorded, so that we also have them in our SharePoint to facilitate those who, for one reason or another, are probably not able to follow entirely throughout the session and would like to go back to it and listen to the proceedings once again. So these are things that we can again, work with case by case and ensure that everyone is comfortable until the end. Thank you very much. Is there any question I left behind?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Herbert. There are a few questions in chat. Yes.
Okay.
I just tried to translate, and I would let me just read them. There are about 4
Yes.
questions.
Okay.
Is it question 1 is actually a comment.
Mhm.
So the first one, excuse me, pardon me. It says, I'm Reverend Therese Bimpa from the DRC. Thank you very much for organizing this training with a topical theme. I would like to ask this question in relation to the number of members, if my organization can add 2 or 1 member. The second is that if the training will be taking place in Kinshasa or in the provinces. I think you would have already addressed this. The master trainers will come up with their training schedule, and then they would get in touch with the organizations, and then we'll work from there. But if you have any comment, Herbert, I'll leave that to you. The second one is from is it Placid from DRC? Pardon me if I didn't pronounce it well. He's just saying that he's happy to participate in this training. There's a third question, whether the training with organizations will be done online. And the next question was whether it is possible to create country support groups with the trainers included. And then the final question regarding the bottom-up approach in the theory of change. This was from Didier. It is better to structure the approach to be followed on different levels in the models, given that organizations are called upon to ensure external change after internal empowerment. I am thinking about the snowball effect to enrich the advocacy for the adoption of policies. I also noted the challenge of case studies. Often cases are not revealed. Okay, this is quite is giving a suggestion as to how to proceed with the training, and it will be taken into consideration. That was what I would say. So Herbert, if you have any comments on these questions, please go ahead.
Susan, sorry for interrupting. I also texted a question on the logistics. How are logistics going to be managed throughout this period?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Merci. Thank you. Yeah.
The question was on logistics about?
Yes, how logistics will be managed in the period.
Right. Thank you very much. The first question, I think I already addressed, the one of adding more members.
Yeah.
We have the number that we had suggested. Case by case, maybe we can review and see if there will be need and there will be room for additions, depending on how many other organizations have also given. Now, about the training happening in Kinshasa, fortunately, we have also the unique characteristics of DRC as a very huge country, even with 2 different time zones. We have master trainers, 2 of them at least are from Eastern Congo, and 3 of them are from Kinshasa. So fortunately, those organizations that are from Kinshasa will definitely have an opportunity to learn from the master trainers in Kinshasa. And of course, those from Eastern Congo can also be facilitated by those from the eastern part of Congo, which covers Goma, Bukavu, Kivu, and all those areas within Eastern Congo. There was a question on whether the training will be online. Yes, we are proposing that the training will be both online and physical. And we had asked the organizations to commit on a number of things, and many of you were selected based on the commitments that you had made, that you were open to host the trainings and also facilitate the participants to come to the trainings. So if that is, that facilitation is available for physical training, and of course, from the project, from the limited resources that we have, we can also coordinate with you and the master trainers in the countries to see the logistical way in which we can be able to achieve this, so that we also have meaningful encounters in the physical meetings. We are planning that including the senior trainers coming to your country at one point, so that you can be able to meet them as they coach and mentor the master trainers. They also have an opportunity to give their input to your to your presence as well. The question on support groups, I don't know if I understood very well, but I quickly thought that within the countries, one of the things that I was going to say in the way forward was that we are preparing, WhatsApp groups for each of the countries, where we have the participants from each of the countries, the master trainers within that country, and a senior trainer who is attached to that country, so that all of you together with the steering committee can work together to ensure that there is smooth flow of the encounters within the period that we have. So that I couple that with the logistics part. The logistics, the master trainers have been asked to draw a plan, and once those plans are ready, we are going to share with each of these groups within the countries, so that you know when you are going to have online sessions and what times or which days those online sessions will be, so that you plan for them, as well as the physical trainings and where they will be, so that you are not caught unawares and plan ahead of time. I also take the suggestion by Didier on the theory of change. Definitely, the theory of change looks at changing from the grassroots, and we are seeing or we are foreseeing that to change things in the grassroots, then we need to empower certain people who have access to the grassroots, and that's why we have chosen to work with churches and civil society organizations that are constantly working with these communities. If we are able to do that, then we are hoping that the results will be better. But we are open to new suggestions that will help us, plan going forward, because this is not going to end at this particular session this year. This is the beginning. We are probably going to move on with other sessions next year and going forward. Thank you.
Okay. Merci, Herbert. If there are any other questions, we are available by email or any forum. The master trainers too would be provided with a list of organizations and representatives and begin the interaction, including the training with you going forward. I think our time is up. We may want to round up if there is no other pertinent question. Like I put in the chat, we want to take a quick screenshot of all of us who are here. So I'd like now to invite everyone to position yourself, put on your smiles. Let's see your camera. Let's see you. Super. Wow. Okay.
And switch on the camera so that we don't have the red microphone on your screen, so that it is clear for a photo, and with a broad smile. But also just to say one last thing is that kindly, if you have not shared with us the city where your organization is based, kindly share with us that, so that we work with the master trainers, so that we map out every region and make it easy for everyone to move forward. And those who have not shared with us their WhatsApp numbers, kindly do so through the phone, through the email that I've been using to interact with you. And we are going to have, I have from each organizations a list of participants. I'm populating that, and we'll start communicating directly with everyone in real time. Thank you very much. And Susan, you can go ahead with the photo.
Merci.
My smile is already there. I'm waiting to see.
A few videos are still off.
Waiting for the other people's smile. This is an ELIF smile.
Okay, sorry. Quick minute, please. Whilst I take these, just a minute, please. Thank you for your patience. Please hold off with the comments now whilst I take the screenshots. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Super. Nice. I see the smiles are beautiful. One more, please. I will take one more. Make sure that I've got it. Okay, a few videos are still off, but okay. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
Nous avons un petit souci.
Merci, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Steve and Raul, for leading us in the interpretation. You've made it easy for us, to interact seamlessly. Thank you very much.
Merci. Au revoir.
Thank you. Bye, Susan. Bye.
Bye, Amir.
Edward, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
bye, bye, bye.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Bye.
Thank